There's alive and then there's living. Am I living for today? And I'm getting older with every memory I make. Now that I'm older with these moments, will I live for them or just throw them away? Away. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. On a cloudy day. Your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. On a cloudy day. Your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. And am I wiser for holding close the friends I make? But if I'm wise, then why this feeling of a child that I can't shake? And I'm getting older with every memory I make. Now that I'm older with these moments, will I live for them or just throw them away? Away. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. On a cloudy day. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. On a cloudy day. Your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. Day. On a cloudy day.
There's location in the beat of the streets. Silent singing, four-letter words only heard if you be listening.
Mr. Steve Edgington, MLA Member for Berkeley, graduands, distinguished guests, families and friends. Welcome to the Charles Darwin University graduation ceremony. My name is Professor Fiona Colson and I'm the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic. I'd like to start by acknowledging that we're meeting here on Larrakia country, which always was and always will be Aboriginal land. I pay my respects to elders past and present and extend that respect to all First Nations people here today. My job, before we get started, is to explain how the ceremony will run. Now, you've got a few more minutes to send any last-minute texts before I'll be asking you to either turn your phones off or at least to silent, please, before the ceremony starts. Family and friends, we are delighted that you're here with us today. We want you to celebrate the success of the wonderful graduands, make some noise, clap and cheer for all your worth. A minor housekeeping issue is please keep the aisles clear. If we need to evacuate the venue, exits are located at the front and the rear of the venue. And if you hear the evacuation alert, please follow all staff instructions. As the academic procession enters from my left, you will hear the season's fanfare, a signature tune commissioned by the university for grand occasions such as this. The season's fanfare pays homage to Charles Darwin and maps a journey through the Territory's seasons and history. We hope you enjoy listening to it. Today, you will also see our university mace. The mace bearer will immediately precede the Chancellor in the academic procession, and the mace will sit in the middle of the stage during the ceremony. Charles Darwin University is committed to the achievement of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and their communities across the Northern Territory and Australia. In recognition of this commitment, you will see our First Nations graduates at this ceremony wearing a unique stole or pin. The stoles are based on the design and colours of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander flags. It is a practice we have followed since its inception by the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of Indigenous Leadership in 2009. Our photographers will be busy taking pictures during the ceremony, and you'll be able to have individual photographs taken after the ceremony. Please also take your own pictures and videos from wherever you're sitting. This is a special occasion, and of course we want you to have memories that you can take home. No freelance photography is allowed during this private event. Freelance photographers will be asked to leave the venue. So now to the ceremony and how it works. Today's ceremony will be presided over by the Acting Chancellor, Professor Hilary Winchester AM, who will confer awards on graduating students during the ceremony. When the academic procession takes their place on the stage, please remain standing for the National Anthem. In the early part of the ceremony, the Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Scott Bowman AO, will ask the graduands to stand and then ask the Chancellor to confer all of today's awards, at which point you, the audience, can cheer. Each graduand will then be individually called across the stage and presented. Today we have graduands from CDU TAFE and the Faculty of Science and Technology, presented by Professor Suresh Tanadul. Graduands, you are an integral part of this ceremony. In fact, you have the starring role on stage. You will be prompted to line up behind the scenes by one of our ushers, where you'll also receive your testament before being presented to the Chancellor. When it's your turn, walk to the edge of the red carpet as directed and wait for your name to be called. When you hear your name, walk towards the Chancellor, acknowledge them by nodding, and if you're wearing a mortarboard or bonnet, touching the left side with your left hand. So just like that. Now, your tassel should be on the right-hand side. Everyone's going right, left, yeah, that's right. Okay. This is also another test that you're actually a graduate today. We won't be shaking hands today to stay COVID safe, and so when you reach the middle right here, pause and stand next to the Chancellor and turn towards the photographer in the front row for your picture. Then follow the usher's directions to the next available seat in your row. Graduands and guests, please remain seated until the ceremony has finished. We want every graduand to have a full house, whether called first or last. At the end of the ceremony, the academic procession will form a guard of honour, and the graduands will be prompted by ushers to exit the auditorium through the guard of honour. After the ceremony, your guest ticket will give you access to light refreshments on the concourse. Now it gives me great pleasure to hand over to our Alumni Manager, Mr. David McBain, who will talk to you about staying connected to CDU.
Thank you, Deputy Vice-Chancellor. Good evening, graduands, and congratulations on your graduation from Charles Darwin University. Graduating from university is one of life's great milestones. It's something to be celebrated, and I congratulate each and every one of you on your achievements. Once you walk out of these doors, you'll become alumni of Charles Darwin University, something that we are so proud of, and something that you can proudly say for the rest of your life. You're leaving here with a qualification which will contribute greatly to your success in the future. But your connection with us doesn't end when you complete your study. As a graduate, we're here to support you through your career journey. Your knowledge, expertise and success can also be shared to help develop others who in a few years' time will be sitting exactly where you are today. As alumni of CDU, You also have access to a range of special benefits. You can obtain free advice on all matters relating to your ongoing professional development through our virtual career centre. You have access to the libraries across our NT campuses and our online library resources, including leading e-journals and e-books. And you have free access to LinkedIn Learning, where you can access over 15,000 courses delivered in 7 languages to help you continue developing a wide range of new skills anywhere and at any time. We'll keep you up to date with what's happening at CDU through our alumni e-news and social media pages, and you'll be invited to regular alumni networking events, irrespective of where you live, including the CDU Alumni Awards, for which you are now eligible for nomination. The CDU Alumni Awards have been designed to showcase our brightest stars, people who have graduated from CDU and are using their knowledge and skills to do amazing things around the world. We celebrate them at a gala dinner, which is being held here at the Darwin Convention Centre in November. Nominations are still open, and they'll close at the end of the month. So if you know someone who you think is worthy of an award, please consider nominating them. We are lucky enough to have one of our distinguished alumni with us here this evening, Mr. Steve Edgington, MLA, member for Berkeley. Welcome, Steve, and thanks for joining us. Some of you might have noticed that I'm standing up here with a little crocodile that's dressed just like us. This is Charlie. He's the latest member of CDU's alumni community, and I have one for each of you to collect from the alumni desk in the foyer at the completion of the ceremony. He's our gift to you, a small memento that will remind you of your time at CDU and that time that you stood here on this red carpet and had your photo taken as a graduate and a proud CDU alum. I encourage you to stay connected with us. It brings so many rewards and opportunities, and we would love to continue to hear about your future achievements and where your education with us has taken you. I know that this is a very exciting day, and some of you are quite nervous, which is why I don't expect you to remember much of what I'm saying right now. But in the coming days or weeks, when you have a spare moment, jump online and visit the alumni website. Update your details so that we can keep in contact with you, and check out the other offers that are available exclusively to you as alumni of Charles Darwin University. Congratulations again on your graduation. I'm so excited for you, and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you at the alumni desk in the foyer at the conclusion of this ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, David. And just a reminder to please switch off your mobile phones or turn them to silent. The ceremony is due to commence shortly.
Welcome to Charles Darwin University graduation. Congratulations on your achievement. Now you stand ready to create a new world of possibilities. This is your CDU graduation. Graduands, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession is about to commence. Please stand and remain standing until the national anthem has been sung.
Please be seated. Mr. Steve Edgington, MLA Member for Berkeley, distinguished guests, graduands, family and friends. To commence proceedings, I would like to invite Dr. Billawara Lee to deliver the Welcome to Country.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor. Darandara Gudlingua Bachua, Nayana, Gudaminba Balawarali, Damraliji to Gulamerijan, Yajana Bachuana. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Billawara, but I'm still really happy for you to call me Auntie B. I am a senior elder of the Larrakia Nation and the Larrakia Academic in Residence for Charles Darwin University. I am really very happy to conduct this ancient ritual of welcoming you to Gulamerijan, Larrakia country. And I thank you for the respect you show us, the traditional custodians of the land we gather on today. I pay my respects to other elders here today, and I acknowledge dignitaries, special guests, fellow Larrakia people, families, friends, colleagues, and graduands. To my brothers and sisters from other First Nations, a very warm welcome from my heart. I recognise the strength of spirit and depth of knowledge that exists in both the elders of the past and present, and I know the rich tapestry of the dreaming still runs strong in our mind, body and spirits. Australian First Nations are the oldest continuous surviving civilisation on earth, and the Larrakia people were the first sovereign nation of the Greater Darwin region, and although our lands extend up to 50 kilometres inland, we are saltwater people. Our sovereignty is a spiritual certainty, and our sovereignty has never been ceded or extinguished. Our civilisation is older than all the other acknowledged ancient civilisation on this planet, including the Mesopotamian, the ancient Chinese, Greek, Indian and Egyptian cultures. One day I hope that Australia, if not the world, celebrates this enduring rich history and they understand and learn from our ancient wisdoms. Remember, our history is your history. As the Australian First Nations peoples are the oldest continuous surviving civilisation on earth, we were the first and we continue today to be the oldest surviving medical practitioners, researchers, teachers, students, astronomers, scientists, engineers, artisans, environmentalists, horticulturalists, fire masters, water managers and athletes. And there are so many other roles that make us a very strong, smart, adaptable and flexible society. I want to give my heartfelt congratulations to our graduands. You have passed all the hurdles to be here today, your graduation ceremony. I'm so proud of you, and I feel that over the years of your study at Charles Darwin University, together with staff of the uni, you have woven a very strong spiritual denala, a dilly bag or a net, in which you carry your hopes, dreams and knowledge. In Larrakia traditional life, we use the dilly bag to hold any bush foods or bush medicines we gathered. But also, our people of high degree, our doctors, our wisdom keepers, had a spiritual denala that they put all the knowledge and wisdoms that they gained over the many years of their life. And as they travelled on their life journey, they always carried their spiritual denala, just as I do so today. Now you have a spiritual denala that you can carry on your exciting life journeys. Please carry them with pride. Charles Darwin University has given you the knowledge and the tools to be a master craftsperson. So continue to make us proud and never forget, if you ever need us, we will be here, as you will always be a member of the CDU family. So it is on that note, it is my privilege on behalf of my elders, past and present, to welcome you all to Guyalwa Daranyiki, our land. Welcome to my saltwater home of great food, friendly people, beautiful beaches, spectacular sunsets, and currently you can see the beautiful Bidjipidjis, or bitter bars, dragonflies, dancing in the wind, and our elders say that they're calling in the cooler weather. Maybe they've been dancing a little bit hard because it was a bit cold this morning. But you are walking on Larrakia land, and when you leave, our message will stay with you. So I hope your stay in my country is a safe and nourishing one, and that the spirits of my ancestors watch over you while you are here. All that I ask in return is that you walk softly on Mother Earth and treat her with love and respect as the Larrakia people do. And if you are walking softly and you are listening carefully, you will hear the deep, rich, ancient voices of my Larrakia ancestors, singing the songlines across this beautiful land and waters I call home. And when you leave Larrakia country, always remember the Larrakia people and that you have travelled the sacred lands of my ancestors. And in these difficult times, Milama Dumra, be well. Mamak Bachiwa, see you later. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lee, for that warm welcome to Larrakia country. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Scott Bowman AO, to deliver the welcome address.
That was really bad. We'll do it again.
Okay. I apologise, I didn't really explain this bit. The Vice-Chancellor likes quite a bit of applause before he'll get up and speak. So we're just going to do it again. I'll start, and if you could... Okay. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Scott Bowman AO, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you so much. What a warm welcome. Very unexpected. Thank you very much. Can I start by saying a big thank you to Auntie Dr. Bilawara Lee. Congratulations on getting your doctorate yesterday. It's a privilege for all of your colleagues to work with you and say that you are our colleagues. So thank you very much. Look, it's fantastic to be here. First of all, a little bit of formal housekeeping. The first thing is about children. Now, if we've got babies and children and they start making a bit of noise, there is a rule in the university: you do not take them outside. You keep them in here. We don't care about kids making a bit of noise. In fact, we love hearing kids make a bit of noise because it means we've got some business coming in the future. So don't get don't get embarrassed about the kids making a bit of noise. This is the CDU family, so don't worry about that, please. The next thing, we do require that one of the graduates, falls over as you come and get your degree. So we'll be looking out for the really big high heels. The women can normally cope with those quite well. It's the guys that are wearing them that normally fall over. So someone's got to fall over. And we have got to have a mobile phone ring at some point during the ceremony. And then we've all got to look at that person and shake our heads. But that is formal. Now, I normally like to get up and speak at these occasions for an hour, hour and a half, something like that. But one of my colleagues, after the last presentation, said, "That's too long. You're going on too long. You need to shorten it." Now, they don't work for us anymore. But it did get me thinking, maybe I do go on too much at these things. You know, the Chancellor seems to be nodding there. So I thought, but how do I give a message to you, family and friends, and all the people watching this around the world, because it's streamed all around the world, and how do I get a message to you folks up there? Because I'd like to tell you something. And I thought, well, how do I do that in less than an hour and a half? And then I thought, well, maybe I can combine it all together. And actually, something happened at last night's graduation that it suddenly clicked what I could talk about. But to tell you the story, I've got to change my hat. So I'm going to take this one off and put this one on. Hang on. Why are you clapping? It's a hat. Anyway, so why have I put this hat on? Well, a little while ago, this year, I went to Mardi Gras in Sydney, Pride, and I walked with the NT Stars. And Anita, my wife, and I've always wanted to go to Mardi Gras, and I thank the NT government for giving us a chance to go. And I tell you what happened. So I started to do the walk, came out into the parade, and I must admit I was wearing a great big star, blow-up star, rainbow-coloured on my back, a rainbow-coloured waistcoat, and this hat. I felt a little bit self-conscious, just a little bit. And so I was trying to almost hide behind the other people in the parade until I got to the halfway mark. And then suddenly I realised the awesomeness of what was this. And then I started dancing, going up and high-fiving people in the crowds, interacting with the crowds, having a great time. And then the parade came to an end. And that was it. And what I thought was, I wish I could do that again. I wish I could start and just be in the moment there, right from the start, rather than just the second half. And do you know what? Last night at graduation, exactly the same thing happened. It was pretty quiet during the graduation as people were walking across the stage, yeah, that's good. And then at about the halfway mark, people started to get into it and shout and cheer and call people's names out, shout out what their silly little nicknames were when they were babies, really embarrass them. And that happened about the halfway, and I thought, I bet those people whose family, their daughters, sons, friends, who walked across in the first half, I bet they're wishing, I wish I'd have made some noise when my daughter, son, went across. So my advice to you is it doesn't matter where you are, start from the beginning. When your graduate walks across the stage, make some noise, shout, embarrass them, embarrass yourselves. Yeah, come on, let's do it. Sometimes think, there is a serious side of graduations, but it's not a funeral. It's a wedding without the creepy uncle and the fighting. So let's have a good time. And then that got me thinking, well, maybe I can combine that story with a story or a message to you. Because I've been here and somewhere else, a Vice-Chancellor for about 15 years. And I thought, I'm a very different person now, and different to at the beginning of the career. I think when I started my career, I was trying to play the part. What does an academic have to be? What does a Vice-Chancellor have to be? When I started as a Vice-Chancellor, would I have stood at a graduation with a pride hat on? Nah, I don't think so. It's only now that I'm sadly coming towards the end of my Mardi Gras career that I'm actually feeling really comfortable. I can just be me. My advice to you, you're at the beginning of your Mardi Gras. You're at the beginning of your careers. Be yourselves. Go out there. Have some fun. Don't leave it until the second half of your Mardi Gras. Look, have an absolutely fantastic evening. Do remember to thank these folks over here for everything you've taken from them, all that money. Say sorry to them for all the whinging you did while you were doing your degrees. But look, just have a good time. Remember, wedding, not funeral. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. It is now time for today's occasional address. Please welcome Professor Graham Webb, Managing Director at Wildlife Management International.
It is a real pleasure to be here, and especially to the new graduates. they're all under the umbrella of science, and to me personally, you know, science is just the world's most powerful problem-solving mechanism. It doesn't matter whether you pursue a science career or any career. I think any sort of education in science equips you to do better at what you're doing, and so I think it's been a wise choice. For me personally, when my career's been a bit of a strange one, I don't mind telling you, but when I started university in 1965 at the UNE in New South Wales, the world was a very different place. I was a farm boy. I knew a bit about wildlife because in the 1950s and 1960s, all kids on farms went hunting and fishing whenever they had time, and they were interested in wildlife. So when I got to the university and started to see zoology, it was a pretty demanding course in those days. What I mean, you had to learn a lot of anatomy, you had to learn to make all your own sections, and you had to know as much about invertebrates as vertebrates. But then I started to interact with the people that were involved in research, and it was like the light went on in a darkened room, that I had never considered that there could have been a career, a job, researching animals. I always thought it was something that you did in your spare time, and it was much more like a hobby. And so from that time on, for me, it was pretty easy, because I got close to some of the researchers that were there, just a couple that were very enthusiastic, and I just started to get involved in research, particularly with reptiles, because someone there was a reptile specialist, but just all over the place. So I took every opportunity to go on field trips, to go on expeditions, and in those days it was hard to do that, you know, to go up into Cape York or go out into the Central Desert or go across to Western Australia. They were big things. But I had a burning passion to get more and more experience and get more and more involved in research, even in the undergraduate period. And I always remember there was an advertisement to go on an expedition to some island. I put my name down, didn't think about it. I was sort of thought it was somewhere up on the Barrier Reef. That's where all the islands were. And then 3 months later, I got a notification that I'd been successful. I was the youngest guy to go on one of these expeditions, and it was from Antarctic Division to Macquarie Island. So I went down for 4 months and worked on seals and penguins and had a wonderful time. But the point was, at that time, me personally, I was just driven by research, getting involved in as many research things as I could, and to absorb as much as I could. I think today you sort of label that problem as ADHD, but in those days there weren't the chemicals in the food, and so you didn't have the real extrovert type behaviour that you see. So it was, I guess, this experience that by the time I went straight on and did a PhD on reptiles, and it was at the end of that things started to happen independently of UNE. And strangely, as this graduation is in May 2023, in May 2073, I graduated with a PhD from UNE 50 years ago. But I didn't go to the graduation ceremony because it was May 1973 that I turned up in Darwin via a road trip from Western Australia to start working as a biologist full-time on saltwater crocodile biology. And it was through a program from the University of Sydney. There was no university up here then. And strangely again, it was out of the School of Physics in the University of Sydney. Professor Harry Messel, quite a controversial character, but an interesting character. And this was, for me, it was great because I could see that you couldn't really work on crocodiles unless you had the resources to work on them. And this program had the resources. So it was, Darwin in those days was very much a rough and tumble time. Like, it was a different type of hardship. Nobody had to lock their doors at night or lock their cars, but just you had to be careful because people had short fuses in different places. In fact, I often remember the first time I met Harry, which is exactly 50 years ago this month. I had 2 black eyes and the skin off all my knuckles and elbows, and I remember Harry looking at me thinking, Christ, who is he employed? You know? And he was an ex-paratrooper and quite a tough sort of guy. But I remember him saying, well, what happened to you? You know, and I wasn't game to give him the story that I'd come to one of his other staff's rescue. So I just sort of said to him, not much, but you should have seen the other bloke, you know, because I had to get out of it. But it was a rough place. It was a frontier town and exciting. This led me out into Arnhem Land, working on crocs on a quite big expedition in 1973 in May, 50 years ago. And that's when, instead of the expedition going out and coming back, we stayed out there, and I was able to stay out there working with the traditional people out there who had only come out of the bush relatively recently, who were extremely skilled. And so I was able to work out of there 73, 74, 75 into 76. And was one of the first biologists really to have the ability to study saltwater crocodiles. They had been greatly depleted during the hunting period and were just starting to recover when I started, but they recovered obviously very rapidly. I came back and started to write up all the results of all this work we'd been doing, and then eventually left that program for a bunch of reasons and joined the new Conservation Commission that had started with self-government, and I was employed as a consultant to work on freshwater crocodiles. So then I was able to go and do the same type of thing on freshwater crocodiles with the experience of having it done before on saltwater crocodiles. So I guess what happened then, it was in both cases, it was really, you know, 7-day-a-week job, 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a day. It was a burning passion type thing. It was hard field work. But at the end of that, I was one of the few people at that time that had really worked on the biology of 2 species of crocodile, one of the few people in the world at a time when crocodile conservation was becoming far more important from a conservation viewpoint. So the next issue that arose for us was that the saltwater crocodiles were clearly recovering. The public was starting to question, well, how many crocodiles do you want? What's this mean from public safety? There was a loss of confidence in the whole thing, which happens in conserving predators. If your conservation action is successful and you build up the number of predators, they start eating people again, then everyone wants to get rid of them. So that was I got involved in the management of crocodiles, in being somewhat of the architect, I guess, of the management program that's still in train today, where we deliberately tried to work out ways of making crocodiles commercially valuable to the landowners and people of the Northern Territory, so they'd have reasons to conserve crocodiles, even if they didn't like them. And it was an interesting, there's a science side to that too, of course, because problems and solutions need to be on the same level of resolution. And if you have a conservation problem on a time scale of a couple of years, like problems are mounting, it's no good having a solution where we'll make the whole of society love crocodiles so then they won't want to hurt them, which may take hundreds of years with no guarantee of success. So we were really quite pragmatic about trying to do this, but it brought us into huge conflict nationally and internationally because it wasn't the flavour of the month amongst the growing field of conservationists, and so we really had to argue our position with IUCN, the World Conservation Union, and particularly in CITES, the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species. But it was the mass of science in those days was taken much more seriously than it is today. The massive science we were able to put in that came from all this research, and so we were unanimously accepted so the whole industry could get started. So as well as being familiar now with 2 species of crocodiles and the intricacies of international treaties and biopolitics, this started to get us involved in all sorts of international issues, particularly to do with conservation, and got involved in many highly controversial issues. And so I guess our operating out of Darwin all the time, but we didn't advertise or anything, but we just got called on by people that had genuine problems, genuine conflicts. That one of the great ones, from memory, was Cuba, that had a program with sea turtles. It was a sustainable harvest, and they wanted to be able to trade with Japan, and that took something like 10 years going back and forth from here to Cuba. Cuba's a wonderful place if people haven't been there. And it was just interesting. One of the people we worked with was Che Guevara's son, Camilo, but there was a great team of people. We didn't win at CITES. Had it been just sea turtles, we'd have won, or had it been just Cuba, we'd have won. But the two of them together was just pushing the envelope too far in those days. We only lost by about 3 votes in the end. 5 minutes. Yep. Okay. So I guess this gave myself a broader global issues that I was working with, and I still today am just involved continually in global issues, trying to resolve things within the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species and other conventions. And I have for 20 years the IUCN Crocodile Specialist Group with 710 members in 72 countries. So I'm across still what's going on with crocodiles, alligators, caimans and gharials in the 100-odd countries that they exist in. And so I guess this has all stemmed from this passion to be able to get into things. Like when the data say something, the data says it. And what's happening today, the data say something, and then the manipulators come in and try to make out it's saying something else. You know, social license has become so important today for everybody inside and outside science. And I find myself always in the position of fighting that. Like every single day I'm communicating with other specialist group chairs and things about problems. But that's how I've ended up still in Darwin, still proud to be here. My great-great-great-grandfather was a soldier in Melville Island in 1829, so I feel I've got a long ancestry, and there's a lot about Darwin that I absolutely love. So I guess from my experiences in battlegrounds all over the place, you say, what are the messages you can give to graduates? Graduates are just to see the graduates from Charles Darwin University, when there was no Charles Darwin University up until the late 1980s, is an amazing thing, and most people may not appreciate it, but I certainly do, because we work to help create it. But the things I'd say is this, that science will help you no matter what your career is. Science to me is a way of thinking. It has two main things: striving to get a good idea, and then striving to disprove or reject that good idea. Now, if you don't strive, you're not going to get a good idea. If you don't strive to reject your own idea, there's plenty of bad ideas around. It's about striving, and it's about having the single goal to come up with ideas that are really good. In terms of philosophy, I'll finish this really quickly. There's one thing that I think is really important. Sorry? I'll just finish this off really, really quickly, because I've always thought that the best statement for science comes from a long time ago, and from a French scientist, and he says one must strive to be infallible without claiming to be. And if you think about that, it's about humbleness being intimately associated, and we do have problems with social media, with people claiming to be infallible without striving to, and that's heading in the wrong direction. So, look, I'll end up this long personal talk here. My absolute best wishes to all the graduates, and I sincerely hope that your careers turn out to be something you really want them to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Graham. As a fellow scientist, I can appreciate your passion for your science, and that certainly came through. Please accept these flowers as a token of our appreciation. This evening's musical presentation will be Take It Easy, an original song written and performed by Ward Hancock from the band King River Rising. Darwin audiences may remember Ward from the highly popular Rambutan Jam Band. For the last 8 years, Ward has been studying in Melbourne and honing his musical skills, performing all over Australia and Jamaica. Ward has now returned to the NT. Please give Ward a warm welcome.
Hello, good evening. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which we stand today. And I'd also like to congratulate the graduates. Yeah, yeehaw. I've got a nice little chilled reggae tune for you all, because I'm sure the past couple years has been pretty stressful. This one's called Take It Easy. Just take it easy, baby, just like that. Oh, just take it easy, baby, just like that. Oh, just take it easy, baby, just like that. Whoa, oh, 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 just take it easy, baby, just like that. Playing like true, girl, that's what we do in reggae. Interpret the groove in your own way. Let your body bounce and your hips sway. Don't delay if it's something you love. Say what's on your mind and show how you're feeling. Express your soul and gain some healing. Only you know when it's wheeling. Don't be kneeling to something you love. 'Cause these songs we play are protection. And what we sing is a reflection. See, I don't want to disturb this peace, 'cause I'm content with what I see. With what I see. Well, yeah, we're grooving now. Just take it easy, baby, just like that. Well, just take it easy, baby, just like that. No one really knows or has figured it out. Everybody has some doubts. Takes a while to see what it's about. Don't scream and shout, it's something you love. 'Cause these songs we play are protection. And what we sing is a reflection. See, I don't want to disturb this peace, 'cause I'm content with what I see. With what I see. Well, yeah, we're grooving now. Oh, 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 See, I don't want to disturb this peace, 'cause I'm content with what I see. With what I see. Well, yeah, we're grooving now. Well, just take it easy, baby, just like that. Well, just take it easy, baby, just like that. Well, just take it easy, baby, just like that. Oh, 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 Well, just take it easy, baby, just like that. Whoa, oh, oh, Whoa, oh, oh, Yeah, Well, just take it easy, baby. 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 Cheers.
That was wonderful, Ward. I'm feeling very mellow now, so a little get your energy up for our next speaker. I would like to now welcome Tito Nguyen, who is highly recommended by the Faculty of Science and Technology and will speak on behalf of the graduates.
Xin chào. Good evening, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow graduates, family and friends joining us today or watching us online. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodian of the land on which we met today and pay my respect to the past, elder, and the present. Before I begin, I just want to say that my heart goes out to everyone who knew and loved Anna and Sifat, who were well on their way to become talented accountant and engineer. Anna and Sifat, taken from us far too soon, and our thought and prayer will continue to their families, their friends, Chinese and Bangladesh Student Association, and our entire community. Additionally, I would like to express my heartfelt condolence to the family and friends of Professor Donglas Patton, who passed away on 24 April 2023 after a long illness. It is truly a pleasure and an honor to have the opportunity to address all of you on behalf of the graduates 2022. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Thơ Nguyễn, but people usually call me Rosie, and I come from Vietnam. Despite the immense challenges we faced over the past 2 years, especially with the seriousness of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have made it to this significant day. Please join me in giving a surrounding round of applause to congratulate the graduates of the class 2022. Despite the immense challenges we faced over the past 2 years, especially with the seriousness of the COVID-19 pandemic, each one of us have a unique story, has been shaped by our personal journey to achieve this remarkable milestone. We have overcome numerous hardships, living far from family, perhaps staying alone in Australia during the COVID-19 pandemic, juggling multiple jobs to support our family and pay our tuition fee, studying late into the night and early in the morning, and still finding time to give back to our community through volunteering. I want to assure you that your hard work has paid off. I deeply admire all of you for your remarkable accomplishment, sacrifice, resilience, grit, and the immense amount of hard work that you brought to this finish line and where you are today. Throughout our individual journey, we could not have reached to this point without the love and support of many amazing and kind-hearted individuals. First and foremost, on behalf of all the students, I would like to express our deep gratitude to Charles Darwin University, the college, faculty, lecturers, staff, student groups, alumni, volunteers, and fellow students for their unwavering support and guidance. The knowledge and lessons we have acquired have encouraged us to grow and prepare for the future. Our honestly contribution to society are true testament to all of you. Today marks a special milestone for every one of us. It does not signify the end of our learning journey, but rather the beginning of a new stage in our life, where we can continue to embrace lifelong learning and personal development. Secondly, I want to express the sincere appreciation to our family who pour their love and the support into every step of our journey. To all our beloved parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, relatives who are here with us today or watching us online, thank you from the bottom of our heart. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for providing us with the opportunity to explore the world, step out of our comfort zone, and be true to ourselves. We could not be standing here today without your unconditional love, your encouragement. We love you more than words can express. Thirdly, I want to extend my gratitude to Australia in general and to the Northern Territory, local communities, local companies, professionals, individuals in particular. I'm thankful for the support and nurturing we received during our time of study. Your act of kindness, your warm welcome, your care over the past 2 years have meant a lot to us. Moreover, I'm grateful for the internships, job opportunity, and the chance to become a part of the community that you have given us. To all the remarkable graduates, I want to personally acknowledge each of you and express my gratitude for your dedication to achieve your goals. Your accomplishments are truly admirable, and I'm sincerely proud of every one of you. As I'm standing here today, given the opportunity to speak at our graduation, I can't help but reflect on my own journey. I consider myself fortunate to have been raised in a family that consistently emphasized the importance of learning and become responsible members for society. I remember when I was a kid, my dad reminded every day during every meal about the value of education. Since 2012, I have dreamed of studying abroad, fully aware of the significant financial burden it would place on my family. However, my mom and my dad have always been a source of inspiration, instilling in me the quality of honesty, authenticity, and a hopeful outlook for a better future. Day by day, I worked diligently, preparing essays, taking English tests, engaging in HR volunteering activity, and striving to achieve high score at the university. And then come to the time to apply for the scholarship. And can you guess what happened? I faced rejection for all of the full scholarship application, and some universities were only willing to offer partial tuition fee support, leaving a significant financial gap. Every time, even until now, when watching video of students sharing their experience of receiving full scholarship, tears welled up in my eyes. I began to doubt myself and questioning if I were not good enough. And during the challenging period, Australia introduced the working holiday visa for students, and amidst thousands of applicants, I was fortunate to be one of the 200 selected students. And I thought that the chance just opened in front of my eyes, just suddenly closed in front of my eyes. Just normal Monday on August 2018. In the morning, I still had breakfast with my mom, and in the nighttime, she passed away. I thought that I lost the source of inspiration because she always believing in me, even no one believing in me, for past 8 years of pursuing my dream. After her funeral, I decided, no, I want to live for her life. I want to reflect her real spirit in my life, and I want to live for her. And I will never give up because we never give up on her life, so of course I will not give up in my dream. And in 2019, I arrived in Australia with 1,000 in savings and a bag of brimming dream and inspiration. I couldn't secure for the full scholarship. I was determined to work hard and earn money to fund my education. For 1.5 years, I took on various jobs such as being barista, I make milk tea, become waitress, selling food in the market, and working as the cleaner. Despite the long hours and the physical demands, I always feel a sense of happiness and gratitude because all the people I encountered along the way. They not only taught me valuable lessons, but also helped me get closer to achieving my dream. In 2021, I vividly remember the tears streaming down my face when I clicked the button to pay for the tuition fee for the first semester. It was a moment I couldn't have imagined after 10 years of striving toward my goal, uncertainty if and when it could become a reality. It was undoubtedly challenging, but pursuing our dreams is always worth it. Throughout this incredible journey, I have been blessed with an abundance of love and support from remarkable individuals I have met in Australia. Words cannot adequately express my deep gratitude to each and every person who has played a significant role in shaping my path in the past 4 years in Australia. I'm eternally grateful and will never be able to thank you enough for your invaluable contribution to my journey. While I never qualified to get advice, there's only one thing that I want to remind you. You deserve the best that life has to offer, and you're always fully capable of becoming whoever you aspire to be, and you are always good enough. Life went through numerous obstacles in our path, illnesses, losses, crises that may knock you off your feet. But never let these things compromise your core values. Remember, you have control over your attitude, your thoughts, your words, and your action. And Epictetus widely says, it's not what happened to you, but how you react to it that matters. Congratulations once again to the graduates of the class 2022. I wish all the graduates good health, the very best in your future endeavors, and the ability to remain true to your most sincere and authentic self. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Faculty of Technology and Science for granting me honor of speaking today. Your expertise and dedication have made a profound impact in our lives, and we are forever indebted to you. To conclude, I'd like to share my favorite quote, which serves as my personal philosophy from Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning. He wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of human freedom, to choose one attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way." Em xin chân thành cảm ơn. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Rosie, for sharing your story and representing our graduates here today. Please accept these flowers as a token of our appreciation. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor to commence the conferring of awards.
There's no need to clap every time I stand up. Would all graduands please stand? and smile. Chancellor, as Vice-Chancellor of Charles Darwin University, I submit to you candidates for awards as set out in this official list of graduands. I certify that those listed have satisfied the requirements for the award of those degrees, diplomas, and certificates.
As Chancellor of Charles Darwin University, I hereby admit to their respective awards the candidates whose names appear in the official list of graduands. Congratulations. Well done. Family and friends, our graduates.
Would all graduates please take your seats? I now call upon the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the Faculty of Science and Technology, Professor Suresh Tanadal, to present the graduates.
Chancellor, in my capacity as the Pro-Vice-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from CDU TAFE and the Faculty of Science and Technology. For the award of Certificate 1 in Automotive Vocational Preparation, Josh Oliver. Certificate 2 in Aquaculture, Joshua McCullough. Certificate 2 in Engineering Pathways, Michi Abao. Certificate 3 in Aquaculture, Shannon Florence. Charlie McMaster. Lionel Young. Certificate 3 in Engineering, Fabrication, Trade, Boiler Making and Welding, Mackenzie Dean May. Certificate 3 in Heavy Commercial Vehicle, Mechanical Technology, Joel Dallas Fracking. Lachlan Darrell Harris. Jacob Jr. Bakilja Pahoyo. Adam James Croydon Fennig. Certificate 3 in Light Vehicle Mechanical Technology, Vinyl Gonzalez. Hipólito Licudan. Joel Martin. Certificate 3 in Mobile Plant Technology, Samuel David McCall. Romeo Paynor. Zoe Woods. Certificate 3 in Supply Chain Operations, Warehousing Operations, Kathy Joanne Hewlett. Diploma of Conservation and Ecosystem Management, Tanya Bradley. Associate Degree of Information and Communication Technology, Warren Tremaine Faulkner. Nikitas Kamborakis. Bachelor of Computer Science, Maya Lee Jenkins. Brianna Lauren Kennedy. Ruman Hossein Rima. Bachelor of Engineering Honors, Rajan Adhikari. Rohit Adhikari. Yeah. Oh, they are brothers. Yeah. Come on. Suraj Aryal. Dion Heng Chung. Nguyen Kang Hung Le. Tan Lok Le. Zainab Rashid. Ashmit Regmi. Sunil Thapa. Jamie Dale Walker. Bachelor of Engineering Honors with First Class Honors, Ryan Riedel. Matthew Wyatt Sketchley. Muhammad Hamza Kamran. Hamid Parvez. Rodolfo Ivan John III Reis. Christine Joanne Sulit. D.A. Paresh Kumar Vegda. Bachelor of Environmental Science, Talia Cassandra Casey. Kimberly Docas. Joseph Gamuza. Rosalind Ada Nastasi. Bachelor of Information Technology, Piyush Adhikari. Ayan Ahmed. Washik Ahmed. Mohammad Abrar Jahin bin Amin. Abhishek Arora. Zaveria Banu. Vishal Chawla again. Mohammad Jamal Chauhan. Sharafuzaman Chowdhury. Kang Zu Do. James Kuti Emmanuel. Samin Yasser Karim. Mohammad Rafid Khan. Cornelius Theodorus Mostert. Eliezer Nathaniel. Abhinash Nure. Azizi Kondwalani Firi. Darshan Sanjay Kumar Satani. Avash Sivakoti. You want me to do that? Marty Julian Santa Cruz. David Sewell. Rajiv Tamang. Smriti Tapa Magar. Wong Fong Tran. Kenzie Valor. Vidursan Vigneshwaran. Gede Tommy Adi Virnaya. Meng Yuan. Irene Pantazis. Oh, did I miss you? Did I miss you then? Oh, sorry. Yeah. My apologies, that was for Bachelor of Science. And Aaron Robert Gordon. Charles Anthony Shaw. Bachelor of Science Honors with First Class Honors, Alicia Jane Havala. Master. Yeah, so after this? No. Oh, okay. So for the award of Master of Information Technology, Information Systems and Data Science, Tong Zhao. Master of Data Science, Eden Wong. Oh, was in a hurry, yeah? It's getting a long list. Oh, one more minute. Yep. Eden Wong. Matthews Job. Yash Kumar Mahendra Kumar Patel. Trong Tin Pham. Zewi Yan. Venkatafani Swami Bade. Bui Trung Tam. John Dave Aloraba. Hamad Hassan. Subhash Rasika Kumara Manavaduje. Olokemi Amoke Ojo Abigunde. Aishwarya Kanubai Patel. Smith Hitesh Kumar Patel. Savio Richard Rebeljo. Ricardo Andres Rodriguez Seferino. Yan Sheng Tan. Yuki Zhang. Master of Engineering and Bachelor of Engineering Science, Nathan Liang Chun Lim. Olga Biryukova. Master of Information Technology, Cyber Security, Amrit Pal. Mian Muhammad Usman Bashir. Yeah. Varna Kulasurya Rivinu Anton Fernando. Muhammad Nazmul Islam. Ishmam Itihad. Sauharda Kushal. Anish Maharjan. Sankar Narayana Pillai. Birju Patel. Vaibhav Kumar Mukesh Bhai Patel. Brothers again, yeah. So which one is the older one? That one. Muhammad Sadekur Rahman. Zuan Yu Shen. Chaturi Anushika Vijay Singhe Arachilage. Po Yan Wong. Master of Information Technology, Information Systems and Data Science. Hawa Olamide Arinola. Abdullah Al Fahad. Qazi Azmain Fayek. Tai Hu Trung Ho. Pei Chun Wong. Shariar Istiak. Liao Lee. Shan Shan Lin. Manideep Naini. Kenny Nguyen. Thi Tho Nguyen. Ashish Pawani. Kalyani Satyajit Pawar. Adriana Pereira Lima. Yu Senzaki. Sajid Manwar Shanto. Nishal Krishna Shrestha. Monica Priyanka Ondi. Yan Li Wang. Nyo Zhu. Master of Information Technology Software Engineering, Victor Dinakar Kankipati. Anand Kujur. Sujan Manandar. Jagruti Nagamalla. Gurvinder Pal Singh Rajput. Jin Yi Teng. Tran Quang Kai Tan. Yunju Wang. Chancellor, that concludes the graduate presentation for the Faculty of Science and Technology and CDU TAFE. I now call upon the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation, Professor Steve Rogers, to present the CDU doctoral graduates.
Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, CDU colleagues. A Doctor of Philosophy, or PhD, is the highest postgraduate qualification that can be awarded in academic study. A PhD involves an in-depth, focused research program conducted over an extended period, normally between 3 and 5 years, or for part-time students up to 10 years. The research outcomes presented as a thesis or a collection of published journal articles are assessed by a panel of national and international experts who determine whether the research delivers an original and significant contribution to knowledge in the particular field of study. The candidates graduating today have all met these incredibly demanding criteria. It is also my pleasure to announce we will be presenting our high degree by research graduates with a boomerang, an example of the knowledge that has existed amongst First Nations Australians for tens of thousands of years. And I'll refer you back to Dr. Auntie B's Welcome to Country, where she talked about the Larrakia people being the first scientists and engineers of the land that we are here today. This knowledge has been transmitted through the generations and is part of the traditional knowledge systems that remain strong across the Northern Territory. Charles Darwin University, therefore, take great pride in presenting these boomerangs to our PhD graduates. Chancellor, in my capacity as Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Research and Innovation, I present to you Hao Chen. For their thesis titled Photonic Techniques for Microwave Signal Processing and Applications, as supervised by Associate Professor Erwin Chan, I now present to you Dr. Hao Chan. Chancellor, I present to you Sydney Jane Collett. For their thesis titled The Movement Ecology of Graniferous Finches in Northern Australian Savannas, as supervised by Professor Hamish Campbell, I now present to you Dr. Sydney Jane. Chancellor, I present to you Bruce Andrew Pascoe. For their thesis titled Community Ecology of the Avifauna of Acacia Shrublands in Central Australia, as supervised by Associate Professor Christine Schlesinger, I now present to you Dr. Bruce Andrew Pascoe. Chancellor, I present to you Catherine Petria van Wiesel. For their thesis titled Women Caring for Country on the Frontier, a case study of intercultural collaboration with Waniyi and Garawa peoples, as supervised by Professor Jeremy Russell-Smith, I now present to you Dr. Catherine Petria van Wiesel. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the doctoral candidates.
I now call upon the Chancellor to deliver the charge to graduates.
Graduates, please stand. As newly conferred graduates of Charles Darwin University, it's at this stage in proceedings that we conduct a turning of the tassel ceremony. A long-standing university tradition that officially symbolises your transition from graduand to graduate of Charles Darwin University. Please now move your tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left. Well done. I charge you as graduates to maintain a commitment to lifelong learning, to strive for truth, integrity, and compassion, to contribute to your chosen profession, and by the application of your abilities to support and nurture the communities that you are a part of. I charge you to take with you the spirit and resilience of the territory. And in the words of Auntie B, walk softly but proudly in the knowledge of your profession. May your achievements bring honour to CDU, your chosen profession, and to yourself. Good luck. Hey. Would all graduates please take your seats in preparation for your Guard of Honour and the closing of the ceremony.
Every new day begins with a choice. The choice to make time for what really matters. To use every opportunity to work toward our goals. And to make every day count. Once we committed, we knew it was possible. Today is a time to celebrate and reflect on what we achieved. It wasn't always easy. We had our doubts. And the juggle seemed impossible. The early mornings and the late nights. When the inspiration was not there. The search for perfection. We just wanted to get it right. But for every challenge faced, we always had the end in sight. We found our inner strength and determination. We found support along the way. We used perseverance and passion to reach our potential and to find our new world. It all comes down to this moment. A feeling that will live with us forever. To share with the ones who've inspired us. To become the person we were meant to be.
Graduates, distinguished guests, families and friends, the procession will now prepare to form a Guard of Honour for our newest graduates. The Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor then invite you to join them in the foyer for light refreshments. Please now stand with the procession and remain standing until the graduates have left the room.